I'm Sunayana Singh, CEO, Organ India. So, organ donation in India has come a long way. There are a lot of organizations in India, NGOs, non-government, who are working towards it. I would say there are about 22 to 30 organizations across India who are specifically working on organ donation. They are from everywhere. They are doing all kinds of things, training for hospitals, awareness. They are organizing all kinds of events to raise awareness amongst the public on organ donation, because much more can be done in India, than is being done right now. Government also has its in place all the state nodal agencies, and they together with the NGOs are doing a lot of awareness activities for organ donation. And ultimately, the main thing that is going to drive organ donation is awareness. I mean, awareness is a word that's used a lot, but in this case, that is the only thing that's going to get the figures up. And one of those activities that we are doing currently is preparing for the World Transplant Games. The organ donation and transplant scenario in India, though, has become much better in the past decade, still leaves a lot to be desired. Our organ donation rate is very low. It is only 0.4 per million population. That means out of every 1 million people, only 0.4 persons actually donate their organs upon death. So, for example, if you take the 2021 figures, there were only around 550 organ donors in India. So, out of all the people who passed away in that year, only 550 donated their organs. It's a very low figure. We need many more. There are thousands and thousands of people on the waiting lists all over India waiting for heart, lungs, liver, pancreas, and there are very few organs available for transplant. And if you look at, if you compare ourselves to other countries like, the ones in Europe and the UK, Spain, for instance, has an organ donation rate of 50 per billion population, and so does the UK and the US. And this is the part where we really need to, make sure that people are aware about organ donation, so they can donate. People are very generous and very giving, and they will donate if they are aware about it. So the World Transplant Games are a global platform. There are global games such as, like, they have Paralympics now for transplanted patients and for living donors. There are World Transplant Games. They are held all over the world every 2 years. And all patients who have been transplanted, heart, kidney, liver, lungs, pancreas, whatever it is, as well as living donors who have donated an organ to save somebody, they all gather. They are all athletes who come for the games. And the whole point of the games is that people should see that after organ transplant, there is a life, and it's a very fit life. You're not a patient anymore. You have been given that second life, and you are out there playing. The level of fitness is extremely high there, and you're showing the world that you are there living your second life. So, like any other NGO in the field, we too require government support. In fact, this is one area where without government support, it's very difficult to do a lot of things. We require the government's support. We require them to, especially for the transplant games. Now, these are the athletes who are representing India on their own. They are not asking for any funding, but they're representing India after having, come back from the brink of death. And they've come back, they have made themselves fit, and they want to go and do this for their country, and participate, play, and win medals. And what we need from the government is to support the athletes, to support, give them moral support, say that yes, we are behind you, and we wish you all the best, and this is the kind of support that we need. And if they do that, that will automatically increase so much of awareness on organ donation. So, Organ Receiving and Giving Awareness Network, that's Organ India, is an initiative of the Parashar Foundation, which is an NGO. The reason we started was because our former chairperson, late Mrs. Kirti Parashar, also needed a heart transplant in 2011. And when she was told she needed the transplant, the family realized that there was very little awareness amongst the public. There was very little information available to people who needed transplants. And so Organ India was initiated as a project with the very same goal to raise awareness amongst people on organ donation and transplant, as well as help people who are facing organ failure to be able to get the right help. All they had to do was call us on our helpline, and we would guide them and get them the help that they needed. The journey has been very, very great. We have come a long way since then. We hold huge campaigns with corporates like MTV. We hold with various other corporates in different parts of the country who want to take this up as a cause. We have 24/7 helplines to guide people, to help them. We hold a lot of events. We have tied up with the Haryana government in several districts to raise awareness and train up the doctors in the local hospitals, so that they also can be a part of organ donation, and they can declare deaths and increase organ donation in the state.